One. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Many Thanks Marathon. Thanking you all for your wonderful support. I'm here with davidtki. We're doing a DosCathlon Showcase. And yeah, that's pretty much the upcoming race. The race was supposed to be today, but a lot of people in this busy time of the year didn't have as much time, so we decided to push it back a little bit and instead give you a little bit of a showcase on how this 10-game race is going to look. David has put a lot of time into this and he's pretty good at it already. Mm-hmm. So you can see some of the more advanced strats here already, and if you think this looks interesting to you, just join our Discord and you can still participate. There's still like over a month probably, if not more, time to learn all of these games, and these are short goals, these are easy goals, so they're fairly quickly to learn.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun learning all these games, so please join me, because I'm having a blast.
Alright, then at your discretion, of course, then we can take this off.
Sure. Really quick, I'm going to go over that I'm running the MT32 soundtrack for this right now. I'm going to be doing that for both this and Dark Forces, just because this is a banger. But apart from that, let's go ahead and get this started, and I'll just get going. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, this first game is called Pushover. There is a Super Nintendo version of this game, so some of you might have seen this game already. It's a puzzle game, and the goal of the game is basically just dominoes. Push over all of the blocks. But of course it's a little bit harder than that, in that there are some special blocks that have special properties. And you have to figure out for each level how to do the domino effect with one push.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. There's one push per level, but pay attention to exact words there. That's not going to come into play in the DosCathlon race, which is just the first 20 stages, but some of the later stages really strain the limits of one push. Like moving dominoes around while they're falling, or perhaps even getting some additional effects holding on to a domino and falling. I do have a slight speed strat that I'm doing as I line up these dominoes. So the door opens as the last domino falls, but I'm actually positioning myself 2 away, waiting for the last domino to start falling and then start moving. A little bit about one push is all you get. Sometimes dominoes can be activated while you're holding them and then falling like that. Now, if I don't move, there's going to be a short little animation there of the ant celebrating in victory. So that's part of the reason why I put myself away from the door and then start moving, because if you're moving, then he doesn't stop to do that animation. So you can save a little bit of time by doing that exactly. I position myself at 2 steps away from the door and then start moving exactly when the last domino starts to fall. Oh yeah.
Unless you... Sorry, go ahead.
If you need to know what each domino does, you can look it up in F1. So you can see it right here. If you ever have trouble figuring out what those dominoes actually do, the domino with the 3 red lines on it always has to be the last to fall. One more thing to be aware of.
The first few stages are essentially tutorial stages that introduce a new block or a new mechanic each stage. So they aren't exactly like the hardest of the hardest, but the game gets really like tricky in the later stages.
But yeah, for DosCathlon, we're doing the first 20 stages. That's been taking me somewhere between 8 to 9 minutes to do in practice runs. My personal best is somewhere around 7 minutes, 59 seconds.
Yeah, but overall, I assume this game is fairly consistent time-wise, since there's not that many ways to lose a big amount of time unless you do the wrong strategy for a level. But other than that, like, you won't really use huge chunks of time here.
Yeah. One more thing to be aware of when doing these, you have to be able to reach the exit once the dominoes fall. So for that stage in particular, you need to get to the bottom platform before the gap is plugged, or else you won't be able to make it to the exit. So something else to be aware of. And we got some gems now.
Oh, yeah. You also get this little animation between each of the major levels that change like the tile set.
By the way, don't leave yourself on this between screen for too long, or else it'll go back to the title screen, and then you will, what is it? You'll get some weird resolution changes. You won't be able to see your game anymore. You'd probably have to quit and get back in. So yeah, do those level transitions quickly. Don't linger.
And I'm just seeing we have our first giveaway winner. I don't know if they are in chat. I'm not seeing them, but it is Aris TDG. He won a Perla first giveaway. We'll be doing giveaways all throughout this marathon as a thank you. So yeah, we will be getting in contact with them. Congratulations.
This level is a little bit weird. There's a vanish block here that for some reason, let me think. The vanish block has to be on the right, or else the exit door won't open for some reason. I think it's on the right. Which is a reversal from the previous stage in which the vanish block appeared. The vanish block had to be on the left. Yeah, just kind of a weird quirk. There are some levels that have particularly finicky solutions where it seems like it should work, but for some reason it doesn't.
Yeah, they like program it one way and this way only.
Yeah, something like that. It's not too hard to learn, but it can throw you off. By the way, be careful holding up at the top of the ladder here. It's possible to get smashed by the dominoes if you keep holding up. That's happened to me a lot. Okay, this delay block needs to be as far right as possible because the trigger block on the far left has to go down last. So you need the delay block on the far right so that the everlasting domino doesn't knock down the trigger until later.
Yeah. And this already introduces like the stages that bring more and more of these special blocks. You're just building this giant like what's it called? Rubik's machine?
Rube Goldberg machine, I think.
Rube Goldberg's machine. Yeah. It's the wrong way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit like the game that we have in the last DosCathlon.
The Incredible Machine?
Yes, exactly. I forgot the name for a second. Where there you also only have one push, so to speak, where you activate the simulation. Quite similar in that regard, and that is like you have to figure out where to place what.
Yeah. Anyways, if I had one piece of advice for this game in particular, it's don't overthink it. The solution is often a lot simpler than you think. Like, usually one of the best things to do is push with the blocks as they are currently arranged, see what goes wrong, and then try to figure out how to fix it. You usually only need to move a couple of blocks, especially for these earlier stages. Speaking of, this is going to be the last stage. Gotta move this just a little bit closer, move this up. You gotta keep this on the left side, because if it's on the right side, then you're gonna have 2 blocks going at once and they'll collide into each other. You can't have any dominoes reduced to rubble. Time on entering the door, and there we go. 8 minutes, 10 seconds. That's pretty good.
GG.
All right.
First game.
Let's move on to the second game. Normally, I've been practicing mostly with 2-minute gaps in between each game. But we can go ahead and just keep on going. So for Oregon, I was supposed to start the time. Be a banker. It's the fastest. Name of the wagon leader? It's me. Who else is going to be in here? Well, let's have Schema along. Anthole was in here earlier. And I know Weapon has been really looking forward to DosCathlon, so let's have him as well. Who's going to be our 5th? Any suggestions?
Well, Blurg is in chat, so we can pick him.
Sure. Blurg! Let's go. Are these names correct? Yes. Start in April, and then this should hopefully go off without a hitch. Buy 10 yolks, 2,000 pounds of food, clothing just in case, and then spare parts. PC speaker, nice. Change pace, grueling pace, and we'll just go along. Grueling pace, filling rations should get you most of the way. Oregon Trail is going to start off with basically 2 rivers. You're going to caulk the wagon, float across, and hopefully... I'm restarting that. I just lost 1,900 pounds of food.
Oh, yeah, as you can see immediately, there's a big element of RNG involved in this game.
Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, I don't think I can survive losing 1,900 pounds of food.
Yeah, like food is probably the most important resource. Without food, you can't do anything.
Yeah, I might have been able to survive a couple of people drowning, but losing that much food, no. All right.
Especially since I don't think you're bringing... Are you buying ammunition or...
Nope, I didn't buy any ammo. I have not practiced the hunting game at all, because I almost never need to.
Yeah, all it does is lose your time.
Oh no, Blurg has died!
Oh!
Wow. This is actually the roughest that Oregon Trail has been going for me lately. I usually don't have anybody die until like the last quarter, and Anthole has dysentery.
Oh my god, we're not even out the gate yet.
Yeah, most runs of Oregon Trail aren't this rough. But...
really crazy.
I'm eating 12 pounds of food a day, so I know that nobody else has died yet. Oh no, Anthole has died! Wow, should I restart that again?
We're down to 2 people. It's up to you. But
yes, I'm gonna start that over because, again, 3 people dead this early, not very good. Okay.
Well, maybe you should people that are like should put non-nerds into your wagon. Maybe they survive longer.
All right, one more time. I never have runs go this bad.
I good thing this is not the race.
Hey, it's good that it's not race day then.
Yeah.
This is just a showcase. Like, this can go wrong. Caulk the wagon, ferry across. Don't lose anybody. Don't lose 2,000 pounds of food. Okay, first river, no problem.
Wonderful.
Oregon Trail doesn't go wrong very often, but when it does, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah. It can be brutal.
There we go. We're past the first 2 rivers and we haven't lost anything or anyone. Okay, good. I am eating 15 pounds of food a day. I haven't lost anyone. Yeah. Oregon Trail might be the scariest run in all of this, just because player skill will not make up for RNG.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. It's similar to when Civilization 1 was on the run, where you just have to get lucky.
Yeah. Oh, so in terms of time, some of those events like getting lost on the trail or being stopped by a blizzard, they might lose you some time, but they're kind of... They can be a blessing in disguise, because all of those days that you spend not moving, you spend them resting, and so your party members will get their health back up.
Yeah. Do you generally, if the health is very poor, do you generally stop, or do you just grind through it?
I usually grind through it unless I've been losing too many party members or... trail divides. The top speedruns do Green River Crossing. And I think if something goes wrong here, I don't reset. I left a lot of spare cash just in case I do need to... Oh my god!
Oh no!
Okay, alright. Let's see if I can get there by myself. I'm gonna go to a steady pace now because
What's happening? Like, I've never seen this game so mean.
Yeah. This game is not being very kind to me. Well, let's see if I can make it. I'm gonna keep a steady pace. I can't push myself anymore because I'm the only one alive. Your leader can't die until everyone else dies, but once everyone else does...
Like right now.
Yeah. 4 in 1 blow. It's okay. Maybe if I take my time and eat plenty, then I will still be able to make it to Oregon on my own.
Good news is you will lose less food.
Yeah.
I think, at least.
Yeah, I'm only eating 3 pounds per day now because it's just one person eating. Uh-oh. I didn't make it.
Oh no.
Okay, alright. One more time.
This group is cursed.
It is. This is definitely the worst I have ever had it for Oregon Trail. And
I think we got an.
All right.
I think we got an imposter on the wagon.
Do I? Oh yeah, there's one imposter among us. One of the oxen is injured. Okay. I should emphasize this is really... 2 people have drowned. I don't know, maybe I can still make it. This is definitely the worst that Oregon Trail has ever gone for me.
Incredible.
Yeah. Like, I've had somewhere around 15 or so runs get to Oregon no problem. And now I'm at 3 failed attempts.
Yeah, and like none of them were your fault.
It's just RNG.
Yeah, you didn't even do anything risky. Like, you were just out of the gate. Everything was good. Health was good. Weather was warm. Like, nothing was bad. And then suddenly, boom.
Yeah, Anthol is lost. We got to get Anthol back. Can't go on without him. Yeah, I assure you, Oregon Trail is kind of mean, but it's usually not this mean. Yeah, Less Honor in chat has a point. If I'm cursed one more time, then I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to change my party. No, Handful, no.
No.
Oh wait, are we down to? Am I down to 2?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna change my pace. I want one person alive to take the fall for me, basically. Green River. Maybe I should have taken the way to Fort Bridge.
I might as well push it now.
May as well.
Oh no, wait, we have 3 people still, I think. No, not anymore.
Okay, who else? No, I'm eating 3 food per day. This party's not gonna make it. One.
Incredible.
This is definitely the worst luck I have ever had. Okay, new party. I'm so happy I'm beside myself. I'm gonna do this all myself.
Can't trust these people.
Alright. Let's yeah. Oh, get that mouse cursor off. Alright. Float across.
See how many Davids will make it.
Well, the last time I had a party of 5 Davids, 4 of them made it. So 4 out of 5 Davids agree that trip to Oregon was okay.
Yeah, watch this group not having any trouble now.
Maybe that was the secret.
Yeah.
I should have just had it all be me.
Is there cannibalism in this game? No. I don't think that's... I'm not sure if that's historically accurate, but I don't think they ate each other.
Oh no, David has typhoid. Which one? I can't tell myself apart.
Wrong trail. Oh, he can rest now.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'm getting from this is that maybe I should not be pushing a grueling pace. Or maybe that grueling pace is riskier than I thought. A grueling pace can usually get you to Oregon in 5 minutes or less. Although I think
it's usually fine, since like your health was all fair. Like usually health goes down quicker if you're grueling.
Yeah, my health was fine.
I don't know how much on this game is just random events and how much is like dependent on the actual factors, like weather, health, and food and stuff.
Yeah, one of my failed runs had me dying, even though my health is pretty good. I mean, I guess that's just Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Right now your health is poor, but it should still be fine though.
I'm fairly used to pushing very poor for most of the run. Like, all 5 Davids are still alive, so I should be fine up until I lose 2 of them. Or
is typhoid contagious?
I don't know. Probably.
Seems to be fine again. You're in fair health now. And back to poor.
Yeah, this run's going okay. It was all those other ones that was cursed. Ooh, measles, that's bad.
Measles is definitely contagious.
Just a bit. All right.
Very poor.
All right. Well, I lost one, David. How many will I lose trying to float across this river? There's only 4 rivers to float across, so this is... we should be home free at this point. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, looking good. Rough trail.
Yeah. Usually your toughest points are losing people to rivers. There's 4 that you have to float across. So we should be good from here.
One David has a broken leg, but that should be fine.
The oxen are also named David. Yeah, the top level runs don't normally carry spare parts for the wagon, but it seems like a reasonable safety strat to just do so.
Yeah, if you actually attempt to get the time in this game, you usually go with like minimal stuff and then just push attempts. So one of them will eventually get through.
Mm-hmm. Losing 10 days here is a bit rough. So you keep money around so you can take the toll road. You don't want to do the river floating game. It's very long and very slow. Time's going to be on making it to, Williamette Valley here.
Ooh, no, our dog's died.
Okay, we're out of Oregon Trail now. Let's move on. Let's move on.
That was a rough one.
It was super tough.
12-minute Oregon Trail.
Here, let me turn my audio up just a bit.
Oh yeah, this game has good audio, but that's...
Alright, so Fuzzy's Miniature Space Golf is going to be a surprisingly tough game. So you first of all, it's at an isometric angle, so that makes it a little difficult to aim the ball sometimes. But if you look at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a number of strokes, 6. If you ever run out of strokes, then it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of strokes you're given for each particular screen is based on par. And if you do it in less than par, then you get to carry over some of those strokes to the next course. So it helps a lot to learn how to do as many of these strokes in as few strokes as possible. That way, when you get to the later ones, you have a lot of room to work with. Because, the goal here. This is taking more than usual, which is fine. I have a lot of strokes to spare. The goal for Miniature Space Golf is to do 9 holes, and you want to do the 18 course for that because every single one of the courses is going to place the holes from easiest to hardest. And if you ever have to do a complete course, then it's going to be extremely difficult. The later courses get really hard. So we're just going to do the first 9 of the 18 course.
Yeah, as you can see, some of the holes are multi-part, where you have to go into a hole in one part and it brings you to the next part. And as David said, the isometric view can be really deceiving in this game, and also the game likes to play with gravity and all sorts of other things. So a slope might not always be the direction you think it is.
I was trying to go for the hole in one there. But yeah, I'm making this look fairly easy, but a lot of that is just several of the courses I've learned certain hole-in-one tactics, so I can carry over a lot of strokes to later ones. I actually missed that one. That's unusual.
Yeah, you can kind of consistently put your first shot when you do the shot. You can align your cursor with various landmarks in the level, so you can kind of like see be consistent at hole-in-ones for most of these holes.
Yeah, I usually like to pull straight up or straight down, and then move like 4 pixels left or right or something like that. I'm making this look a lot easier than it really is.
Oh yeah, you do. When I chose this game, I was like, hey, I know this game is fun. This is probably easy. And I was like, okay.
No, it's one of the harder games in the list.
Yeah.
Oops, didn't get the hole-in-one there. I must have been a pixel off. That's all right, though. I've got 16 strokes to make it to this flag. And that's Space Golf.
Nice.
That was about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's a PB for me. All right.
Nicely done.
So we're gonna get to one of the longer games on this list, Jazz Jackrabbit. The goal for this one is to do 3 full episodes.
Yeah, as you can see, this is definitely not Sonic with a gun. This is a very fun game, I think. Like, it's very well made. The one thing that might off-put some people is that the camera is like strictly bound to your character, which is a little bit strange at first, but you get used to it. Like, there's no softening or anything, it's just hard to your character. But other than that, the game plays really well.
It is
It's rare for a DOS game.
I would argue that every game in the DosCathlon list plays pretty well. Even TMNT DOS, although I'm starting to change my mind about Oregon Trail. So yeah, with Jazz Jackrabbit, if you're always shooting, then there's going to be fewer things in your way. And I actually prefer switching to the blaster for this. The blaster moves slower than most of the other projectiles, which actually means it stays on screen longer, so you can have more of them on. It does more damage. The other projectiles are bigger, but they also go fast.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, I find the level design of this game better than actual Sonic.
Oops.
Maybe only the early Sonic games. What I always found in Sonic games is you want to go fast Sonic games, but then you run into spikes and you die. And this game kind of doesn't have this problem as much. It still does have the problem a little bit. But having the blaster and just blasting everything in front of you helps a lot. And the fact that you don't have to like scramble to get a single ring back also helps.
Yeah, having a health bar helps a lot. But speaking of which, you run into a lot of things when you're trying to go through this game fast. So I should emphasize this is not a very difficult game, but it's a pretty difficult one to do fast because if you're running through the levels, you're probably going to get hit by stuff like that. So having extra hits on hand really helps with the speed, just because you don't have to be careful.
Yeah, and there's a definite advantage in knowing all, or some at least, of the little hidden areas in this game, because there are a ton of them. Just because they have extra health pickups and even weapons if you need them, even though that's probably not needed for the speedrun.
Yeah, I saw a mention of One Must Fall in chat. I did get to play that for Feed the Kids. That run was pretty fun and went quite well. One Must Fall is, I do agree, one of the best fighting games ever made. Be sure to be shooting when you do the end of level sign, because that'll make the countdown clear faster. And then you do press escape in between levels in order to skip the loading animation.
I love this stage's music. It's awesome.
Yep, Medievo has pretty good music, I agree. It's a bit of a banger. Ouch. Heal? No. Yes. Yes, heal. Jazz is quite hard to control. Ow. He's got a lot of momentum, and when you press jump, like you hold it down, you will keep jumping. Okay, we're good now. Got to the skateboard section. There's more carrots over here, so I should have enough health to get through the rest of the stage.
Yeah, I gotta have the skateboard section in a game of this era. It's actually quite useful, so it just makes you fly.
Oops, too high.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually not the smoothest that level has gone for me. But yeah, Jazz, again, not difficult to beat it, but it is difficult to do it fast. Slight detour there for invincibility, which really helps with getting through the rest of the level. In fact, this level in particular has invincibility drops everywhere, so you can pretty much get through the entire thing without taking a hit if you know where they are. Real quick,
these small corridors with the swords, they're treacherous.
Yeah. Real quick, if you're holding down when you go over a ledge, you'll hit terminal velocity instantly. That's a small little time save that can help in a lot of places. Also, holding down for long enough will allow you to shift the camera down and actually see what's below you. Oh, boss time. Oops, I accidentally alt-tabbed out of the window. Okay, I saved my RF missiles for the boss because every weapon does the same amount of damage, but the RF missile shoots out 2 at a time, so you can do damage twice as quickly if you use that.
Yeah, that boss went up really fast. And this is a pretty easy boss. You can just camp him on the side, or like wait for him to break the blocks to get extra health. Like usually you don't die on this boss.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so moving on. Of the first 3 episodes, episode 2 is probably the most difficult. It's got a lot of these techno stages. It's got a lot of stuff that just blocks your path. I'm not risking damage boosting through stuff right now, although I probably should, because that invincibility and this speed up will get me through the rest of this stage. Hold down for terminal velocity, go left, and then I should get to the end of the level before either of these things run out. There we go.
Nice. And yeah, power-ups in little monitors, that's completely original. No other game has done that.
Yeah, this level can get a little dicey. In fact, I actually got to take it a little bit slow. Checkpoint. Okay, good.
Nice.
Yeah, intentional health refill there. And then
usually the checkpoints in this game are very well placed. Like there's a lot of them.
Yeah, one of the things that will make episode 2 so tough is that there aren't as many checkpoints, and of the few that are there, sometimes the optimal speed strat is to just run right past the checkpoint without getting it. What do we got here? This is a lot of health for this part. I think I can yellow it. Whoop, don't get that gem! That'll put you to the special stage. You don't want to go to special stage.
Yeah, it's basically the same as the Sonic stage, right? It's like a pseudo 3D or third-person view behind you.
Yeah, and you can't exit it early without finding the exit. Alright, so Tech Noir here is... This is basically the hard part of episode 2. the beginning part of this level, a lot of spikes in the way. You can try to damage boost through them, or you can try to preserve your health. In fact, I think I've preserved my health a little too much. Let's see, do I go? Ow. No, I don't go for it. I take the checkpoint, I take the health refill.
Yes.
There's a lot of that in this episode. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, you get more jump height when you're running. So there are some jumps that you can't clear unless you hold the direction key. Kind of this one, I think. No. I'm not waiting long enough. Here we go. Hold it. There we go. That's better. Birds are good for extra hits, although maybe I probably didn't need that one. But yeah, Technor is the hardest part of the first 3 episodes. Hands down. A lot of ways to take damage in the stage. And then the checkpoints are usually out of the way. For this stage in particular, I can jump up here, and that's all fine and good. This is the way to go, but it also means I'm missing the checkpoint that's further down. We got more that need running speed in order to make the jump. Oh, didn't make that spring. Gotta wait for it to come back. It's extremely risky to do this next part with not having full health. Oh, I didn't hold the button. Okay. Focus. Go. If you duck under these, you'll probably be fine. These turtle tanks are probably going to do a lot of damage. In fact, I gotta stop now because I don't want any more. This is my last hit. Duck under these. If you stand up, they might hit you. I do have one extra hit now, but I'm still going to take it. Ow. There's a turtle up here. Does he respawn? I think he respawns.
Probably.
No. We're fine. But there's another one over here. Good. Alright, we're good. We got through Technor. Technor's...
Nice.
Once you get through Technor, you should be fine. Orbitus won't be too bad, but you do have to know the way, and there's gonna be a few speed tricks to get through parts of the stage. It's a stage I don't know very well, but it's not too hard. Yeah, you gotta go down here for your skateboard. You need your skateboard. Hang slightly left here so you don't get hit. I'm gonna go ahead and use my RF missile for this. Yeah, those blue things, they bounce you up. Oh good, I hit the ceiling there, which is gonna save me a little bit of time as I go down here. Hold right here, you can do a little speed strat by going back and forth.
Yeah, I really like this level, it's really fun to play.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, we're fine. I'm on my last hit, but oh, can I do this? Yeah, I can do that. You can hit the exit sign just off screen with the TNT. That platform's hard to make. Oh, I can't believe I made it up.
Nice.
Ow.
Yeah, I believe every enemy does the same amount of damage usually.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if that changes in harder difficulties.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I never played the hard one.
Yeah, some of the runs on the leaderboard, none of them do easy difficulty. They do something slightly harder normal, I think. Yeah, with the right positioning, it's possible to fall through those beams, which will save you a little bit of trouble by clipping through a zigzagging part. The positioning for that is a little finicky, but if you can get it done, then you should save like 15-20 seconds perhaps.
Nice. That's pretty considerable.
Yeah. This is probably the hardest boss of the first 3 episodes. He's got a specific pattern. He'll go back and forth there. He'll start charging at you here a couple of times. Eventually, he'll stop and start shooting stuff at you. There's heals to the right if you need him. But if you use RF missiles and you know where he's going to go, you should be able to finish him off before he becomes a problem.
Yeah. All right, third episode.
Yeah. I think episode 3 is fun in a lot of ways. It has some really fun levels. It's a little easier than episode 2. That helps a lot. This first stage won't be especially interesting. It's mostly just stuff blowing you upward. It helps a lot to know about the down hits terminal velocity trick here, because not only can that get you falling quickly, that can get you to sometimes stick to the ground even when stuff's blowing you up. It helps a lot. I don't think I really needed this shield, but hey.
It's always good.
Just hold Alt here. I'm not playing with a controller, by the way. It's keyboard and mouse for this entire thing for me. But several of the games can be set up with controllers. But I'm just too used to keyboard and mouse for my DOS needs. You know what? Yeah,
definitely
I'll grab
whatever you like for the input setup. Some games are, if you're used to controller, are definitely a lot easier.
This is a lot of health for this part. Alright, so Scrapper Rap is going to be a fairly difficult level for this episode. There's actually branching paths, and the path I'm taking right now isn't the one that top level runs use, but it's the one I'm used to, and I'm not gonna change that right now. You've got some machines that are pulling you up and down. If you're holding Alt or down in certain places, then they become non-issues. It can help a bit. I should be fine here. Jump. Oh. Normally I go above those blocks. This section is going to be particularly maze-like. Go down 2 and then go right. There's only one right way, and until you figure out what the right way is, you're probably going to be lost for a bit. But this is definitely the hardest level in this episode. Didn't quite make the jump there. Hard to do. This speed up can get you through most of this section here, but if you die here, then you will very likely have to get through that without the speed, and that's a lot harder. There's another speed up here. You get knocked back a lot on the skateboard, and so it's really hard to get through that part unless you know how to do so exactly. I've died in that level many times. Ouch. Alright, Mega Base isn't too hard once you get to a certain part of it, but the beginning part of it can hurt quite a lot. I don't know, it's probably best to take it slow if you can. Get your shield, and I am gonna take this as carefully as I can. Detour for the bird here. Do need as many of those extra hits as I can. Hold down here to shift the camera down so you can see where you're going, because you can take hits, but you don't really want to. Invincibility here.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Just blazing through.
Yeah, plus the bit of care there means I get to enter this level with a bird. I want my bird. I don't have my bird anymore. Oh well.
Goodbye, bird.
Oh yeah, the rapid fire. If you pick it up, you can press and hold space to shoot. It's not really worth trying to use unless you get enough of them, and you might just get enough in this level. So we're gonna have a weird mechanic that's gonna come into play here, and then never again. You collect these things, you jump higher. Here, I'll just grab a few more. That should be enough. 2 from the right here, there's a shield. And actually the platform to get to the shield is lower than the other ones. So you probably want to go that way anyways, just so you don't need as many jumps. Take it a little bit slow here. I'm low on health. There's a shield over here. I'm gonna hold this down button, try to preserve this shield. Yeah, because now we're into this part and I don't have much health. I can take 1 hit. I can take 3 hits. And there we go. That should get us through Mega, get us to the last boss. By far the easiest boss. Just drop down and hold shoot. And so that's going to be it for Jazz Jackrabbit. This is almost certainly the longest game in this list. Alright, so moving on, we have Glorious PC Speaker. That's a little bit loud. I'm going to turn it down.
Feast your ears on the wonderful Turtle soundtrack.
Yeah, this is going to be another one of the really difficult games in DosCathlon. It's fairly unforgiving. For this beginning section, I'm going to use Mikey. He does a fair amount of damage, taking a little more damage than I prefer, but yeah, Mikey does good enough damage. You're trying to save Dawn for later. If you can. Better switch here.
Ooh, yeah, that was close.
Yeah, my best runs have had me get out of there with Mikey at half health. Not happening this time. There's pizza right here if you need the refill, and I believe I do.
Yeah, you can just re-enter as often as you want and just take that pizza as many times if you need.
I'll go ahead and refill the full here. I don't.
Yeah.
In my best runs, I've had Mikey at half health and not needed it. But okay, so attack there. You can walk right over the sewer and then just go through here. So that's going to save you a little bit of time. We've got a fairly difficult section here. This jump's hard to make, and these guys spawned on top of me anyways. Oh well. If you hold down before you jump, then you can get a super high jump. That's gonna help a little bit. Hit this guy, go there. Alright, Raph is at 3/4 health. That's gonna be super good for this part.
This game has some really interesting mechanics over the NES game. They have, of course, the same level design, so if you're familiar with where to go, it will help you. But like some of the different mechanics make this fairly different run to the NES.
Yeah, the corner trick does work here, but it's really hard to get yourself in the correct position to do so. Like something about barely tapping left while you're swinging your weapon, and you might stay on the ledge. So let's see if I can do a skip that a weapon found, which if you press down and you tap your... Nope. Yeah, it's possible to skip this stage somehow if you're tapping down and you spam your weapon in between stages. I've never pulled it off though, and I don't know how it works. The dam is going to be fairly difficult. There's a couple of heals along the way, which will help you get through with Donatello. Let's see, wait for this guy to come here just a bit. Go up here. So what is this version of the game infamous for? What's our goal here?
Yeah, so this is the American version. They actually released this version. People bought this version, they played it. Most of the people usually they probably didn't even make it there. But there is a fairly uneventful jump in the NES version in a sewer that is coming up. And in this version, it's just a little bit too long, so you cannot make it over this jump no matter what you do. So this game is effectively not beatable at all. Yeah, unless you do a glitch.
Yeah, the jump is literally impossible. So our goal for this one is get to the impossible jump. By the way, I left Leo until the dam because I'm going to be taking a lot of damage boosts. This underwater section is a little more lenient in this version. You're not taking nearly as much damage for it, and one full total health bar should be enough to get through most of it. And well, Leonardo is really useless otherwise, so I use him for this section. By the way, I haven't talked about the controls yet. Spacebar is weapon use, enter is jump, and I'm using enter to go upward and underwater. And I'm not holding it, I'm rapidly tapping it.
Just like Super Mario.
Control S is your quick save. It'll work in most places, but be wary of doing it in screens where there are lots of enemies, because if you load your save, it doesn't save the enemy positions, so you might reload a room where enemies are, and they might spawn on top of you. Also, the seaweed on the bottom there, it tends to grab you if you get slightly close to it, so give it a lot of room. Okay, hold down and attack here. Let me see if I can skip this. Good. Yeah, I skipped the cutscene of Shredder being kidnapped and Shredder sticking his hand out of the TV. As long as you can take one hit on any turtle in this section, and you know what, Raph can take a hit, you should be able to get through the rest of this just fine. Your van needs missiles. Weapon found this place over here where I can just go in and grab that. So we don't need to go through some other very hard stage to get our missiles. We can just go to that one.
Yeah, with this super jump being a thing, like in the NES version, you can kind of glitch up certain parts if there's one tile on top. And this game just lets you jump up jumps that you couldn't make in the NES version. But it also has a jump that's not doable.
Yeah, these steamrollers do a lot less damage in this version. As I recall, a turtle on foot would instantly die, but in this version you only take like a square of damage. Unless you're in the van, then you take a pixel.
Yeah, here's also where you would do the glitch, where you would use a rope at the bottom and kind of glitch into the memory of the game, and then you can wander around. It's fairly, it's not very explored, so there might be actually a way to skip to the very last level, because you can skip like a level ahead in this, depending on where you go. Like, it's pretty hard to navigate, but someone might figure out actually a credit warp here. That'd be cool.
And this driving section is definitely the longest part of the run. Safety save, just in case I take a hit here. There's only one guy in the way. Okay, good. So we're gonna get to what is the impossible jump.
Yeah.
So it's not this one, although I do have a tendency to miss it.
Get it.
There it is.
What I suspect is
It's
they probably
this
had to
one.
match it. Yeah. You cannot make this jump. It's impossible. GG.
Yeah, GG. That's the goal for TMNT DOS. Oh, but I'm really looking forward to this one.
Oh yeah. This is probably one of my favorite games overall.
Dune 2, Building of a Dynasty. So our goal for this one is the first 3 missions, and well, House Harkonnen is going to be the fastest one for mission 3, so that's the one we're gonna do.
Yeah, Harkonnen have by far the most powerful units. They're probably if you aren't using specific strats, also the easiest to beat the game with. Although the Atreides and the Sonic tank kind of like make it fairly even.
Yeah. So let me go over really quickly what I'm doing right here. Mission 1 is to get 1,000 credits, and normally the game forces you to do that by ticking down your number of credits by 1 as the mission starts, so that you then have to build a refinery and gather spice and do the mission normally. But if you wait for that tick down and then restart the scenario, it doesn't happen again. So mission 1 is, it's free. Yeah, you go in, wait for the tick, restart, and then after about 2 minutes it'll start checking wind conditions.
Warning, enemy units approaching from the
Yeah, so this is pretty much the fastest way
reporting.
you could possibly win this mission.
Yeah, so a brief note on Harkonnen. They're going to be starting with quads. Houses Atreides and Ordos have trikes, and they have to upgrade their factories in order to get quads. But Harkonnen goes with quads straight off, so that's the reason that they're the best for the first 3 missions.
Yeah, and not only that, they also start with troopers instead of normal soldiers, which are a lot more powerful, especially against vehicles. Luckily, the game comes with hotkeys, so you can select something, press A, M, R, or G, like the first letter of whatever command you want to do, and that makes it a lot easier to handle. The game does not have multi-select, so you can only select one unit at a time, which in later missions makes it fairly micro-intensive. But on the other side, the game, like everything in the game, is very slow, so you have ample time to do your micro. It's not like StarCraft or anything like that.
Alright, resume game. Your mission is going to be the same no matter which map you select. It's just going to give you different layouts. Oh, copy protection here, but the version we've been given has a broken copy protection. Alright, so I will go ahead and get started on this second mission, and it's basically mission 1 but more. You need 2,700 credits.
Construction complete.
So I'm supposed to be laying out these concrete slabs before I place these buildings. The concrete slabs will make the buildings start with more health when they're laid down. But that's slow. You don't really need to do that.
Yeah, the game actually warns you not to place down buildings without slabs when you first try to do it, and that in the blind race that put a lot of people off because they assumed they cannot build buildings without concrete slabs. But this is not true. You can just do it. They just start at half health and that's it. They also lose health due to corrosion, I think. Back down to half health, but that's pretty inconsequential either.
Construction complete.
Alright, the easy way to do this mission, and I'm sticking to the easy way because I haven't learned the hard way yet, is to just build 3 refineries. I'm supposed to be eyeing these harvesters and forcing them to return at somewhere around 60 or 70%.
Reporting.
Let's see. I think that's good. Hotkey R to order him to return, because you want that third refinery out as quickly as possible. So yeah, the easy strat is build 3 refineries and then let your harvesters work.
Harkonnen harvester deployed.
Yeah, Stelias, the Genesis version is completely different to this version, so I'm pretty sure most speed tactics will be different.
Yeah, I don't know if kill the enemy works here. That's not something I've explored. Yeah, it's just 3 refineries is the easy solution. And I have them all doing this spice field because there's a spice field up here, but the enemy Ordos harvester tends to harvest that field, and then my units tend to attack that harvester. And I don't know if this is the same between Dune 2 and Command and Conquer, but the enemy in Command and Conquer really hated it when you attacked their harvester.
Yeah. I think you have like an auto response that spawns units specifically for that case to defend their harvester. I actually prefer the harvester AI in this game much more than the one in Command and Conquer. They quote unquote upgraded the AI in Command and Conquer in that the harvester would seek out the closest Tiberium field and go mining. In this one, if the next spice field is too far away, the harvester will just be idle when it comes out of the refinery. So you have to kind of like be vigilant and check when harvesters come out of the refinery. However, in Command and Conquer, it just goes to any Tiberium field on the map. So if you mine your own Tiberium field and it's done, and the next Tiberium field is behind the enemy base, all your harvesters will just go to that right through the enemy base and die. And that's very annoying. So I prefer them just being idle so you can decide.
Yeah, that has come into play a lot in Mission 3. The map we choose for Mission 3 doesn't have very many spice fields that are actually close, so you have to order your harvesters all the time on Mission 3. Yeah, all 3 harvesters are full now, should come back, and that's going to put my credits somewhere around 2200. So I mentioned this was the easy strat. There's a slightly harder strat. Attack the enemy base right off, steal one of their refineries, build 2 of your own, and then you steal your third one.
Yeah, that's super hard. There's also a slight bug you can abuse, but I have not yet found out how to make it consistent, and you can kind of keep the carryall that brings your harvester initially. You can do a trick to keep it around if you prematurely return your harvester while it's still on the map. Then the carryall that's on the map will come back and bring it in. Sometimes the carryall will stick around and you have a free carryall, which is a big speed up because like it just picks up your harvesters and brings them to the refinery.
Yeah.
Even though on this level it's probably not that much of a speed up because the field is right next to the refinery, so there's not that much of a difference.
Alright, so that's Mission 2.
Your mission is
GG.
Alright, so Mission 3 is where it's gonna probably be the most difficult for DosCathlon, because that's gonna be an actual destroy the enemy base mission. So you have to have a good strat for that. What I've been doing in practice the most is just building up a lot of quads, but I'm going to try a different strat that has been going okay in practice, and I want to see if I can pull it off in front of an audience.
moving out. Reporting.
So yeah, my old strat consisted of building up 3 refineries, 2 war factories, and just putting out a whole lot of quads, but there's a harder strat that involves send your beginning force out to attack. There's something you do have to keep in mind as you're doing this, which is that units that are on screen move faster than units that are off screen. So follow your troopers, but don't follow your quads. That way your troopers will keep up with the quads better.
Yes, moving out.
Yeah, there are a lot of like small little bugs and inconsistencies in this game. For example, for some units, the game speed actually makes a difference on how far they shoot. For rocket launchers, for example, if you put the game on slower, your rockets don't go as fast or go as far, which is a huge difference.
Alright, I'm gonna be in I'm going to be in focus time for just a bit because some of the micro involved for this part is difficult.
Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out. Reporting.
Yeah, so how the enemy AI works is that they pretty much cheat pretty blatantly. They have unlimited amount of money and they will just pump out units.
Yes, moving out.
They will pretty much pump out units as much as possible. So if you can destroy their facilities as fast as possible, that will factor. What David's gonna try here is he's gonna try to take over that building when it's at low health. And he almost has it. Nice, he got it. So now he can repair it from here. And he can pump out more quads while the enemy actually can no more make any quads. They can only produce infantry now. So he is in really good shape now. He repaired it up to half health, which should be more than enough to get this. The only other thing you want to destroy is the infantry base down there. The building right on top of the vehicle facility that he took over is the construction yard. That's in later mission is probably the most crucial building to destroy, because if the enemy has it, then they will just rebuild any building you destroy. So you want to take that out as much as possible. And this mission is not that much of a problem because he took over the building. The enemy can't just build over it, even though they kind of tend to do that.
Yeah, you get the barracks out, you should be good. I don't think I lost any of my initial quads, which really helps with this.
It was really good, really well done. You should be kind of in the green now, because like all the computer has left now is the units that you see here.
By the way, this strike is trying to shoot this guy, but he's hitting his own spice silo instead.
Yeah.
That spice silo is mine now. That might have actually lost me money. I guess I won't do that next time. Alright. Oh, we should get rid of the refinery next. The CPU does like to repair their buildings when we're attacking it. I've noticed that when the harvester is in and returning money, that the building's health has a tendency to go up really fast.
Affirmative. Yes, moving out. Moving out. Yes, sir. Infantry out.
Yeah, they're repairing that refinery.
Yes, sir. Infantry out.
Yeah, the repair is really powerful in this game.
Yeah, I think I lost more money repairing this and in the spice silo than I would have expected.
Enemy structure destroyed.
Yeah, the bonus is if you destroy the spice silo with a harvester inside, you get the harvester as well. That also counts for taking over the building. So that would be the strategy in level 2, that you take the refinery with the harvester in it, so you get a free one.
But yeah, all of my old strats for this level involved build 3 refineries, 2 war factories, and then just put out a whole bunch of quads. It was only yesterday when I figured out how to actually do the rush strat.
Yeah, it's a risky strat because if you fail you have to restart the mission, but it definitely is a lot faster than building up an army. So yeah, our buildings are getting attacked, but
well, I have one down here. Yeah,
all we need is one building.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, as long as you destroy all of their buildings, mission accomplished.
Enemy structure destroyed. Enemy unit. Your mission is
That was somewhere around a 6-minute PB. I haven't actually put this strat into a run yet, so
Nice.
Yeah, that went really well. I'm gonna put that one on the
GG.
spreadsheet. All right, coming up next, we've got Descent. This music's pretty good. I actually want to turn this volume a little more up.
Yeah, Descent is another favorite of mine. It's at the time when the first 3D games hit the market. There's a PlayStation 1 version of this game too, which is pretty much a perfect port for this game. Some people, or a lot of people, might find this game pretty disorientating because you are actually moving in all directions and rotating in all directions. And as you might assume, orientation and knowing where to go tends to become really, really tough. So the later levels that are more maze-like, you really need to... There's a map in this game, but even the map is kind of complicated to read at times. So yeah, as long as you know where to go, this game is really, really easy, especially the speedrun goal. You just go to the level end, beat the boss, and then go out, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's level 1 down already. And yeah, when I did this during the blind race, it was really disorienting. Had to go super slow, make sure I wasn't losing my way at all anywhere I went. So I wasn't keen on it during the blind reveal race, but having practiced it a lot, it's growing on me quite a bit. Like, at some point, I'm going to play through the rest of this game, and I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Nice. It also really helps play this with like a modern control scheme in that you strafe, because the original control was more static in that you would turn with the arrow keys instead of strafe. And the only way to evade fire was to like go backwards slightly and turn, which was a little bit cumbersome because you have to like position yourself on a corner and then take out the enemies. Constantly go forward and back. Being able to stray is so much easier.
Yeah, the RGL download changed some of the keys, WSAD for your movement, and this is probably the only game in the list where I've kept those alternate controls. But yeah, each level, go to a reactor, destroy the reactor, and then you get a countdown. If you get caught by the countdown, then you lose a life, but you still move on to the next level. For these first couple of levels, though, I do want to go to the exit.
Yeah, as you can see, he has now a level 2 laser, which does more damage, and you also would lose all of your special weapons, like the missiles. So it definitely is an advantage to keep all of that, because if the countdown runs out, you lose all of that, even though you go to the next level still.
I think level 3 is probably the most maze-like one of them. Our goal for DosCathlon is make it to stage 6, so you got to beat the first 5 stages. And 3 is the most maze-like. I've got a very specific path I'm going here. Like, I know how to get to blue. This path here with the yellow walls. This is my way to the yellow key. It's easy to get lost in level 3. Oops, opening up here.
Yeah, a lot of these like little avenues in the levels, they can be loops, they can be kind of off-putting, putting you in a different orientation. So a lot of times when you play this blind, you will spend on just looking at the map and looking for places you haven't been before. Because it's very easy to miss like a corner in this game, or a door or anything.
Yeah, the keycard order always goes blue, yellow, red. At least for these first 5 stages. I don't know about the rest of them. And the reactor's always behind the red door. Exit's in a different place each time.
Yeah, I'm not sure who started with the key code thing. It might be Commander Keen 1. But ever since that, like, almost every game from that era kind of had a, like, keycard system. Take, like, Doom, take Duke Nukem, take this. All the Keen games have it. And there's so many more games that have just this keycard system with the colors.
I do need to eye my score in the upper right a little bit. You get an extra life at a 50,000. That will come into play the way I've got this routed out. Because we're gonna have to go pretty far in order to get the yellow key, and then normally I would have to backtrack all the way back to the beginning in order to then progress to the... This is loud. To the yellow door. But missiles that blow up in your face will hurt you, and you do keep your key cards when you die. So I've actually death warped back to the beginning of the level, which did lose me those upgrades, but I don't have to backtrack all that way.
Yeah, and this is on easy, so you don't have to worry about your weapons that much, since enemies don't quite do as much damage as they do in higher difficulties.
Yeah, they can still hurt you a lot if you get overwhelmed. So be wary. This way. The exit is fairly far away from the reactor in this level. Would you please get out of the way? Okay, there we go. So this is going to be one of the stages where I'm not going to go for the exit. Instead, I'm just going to blow up. And that's going to skip having to find the exit. I died, but I still made it to the next level.
Yeah, and since you already lost all of your upgrades anyways, there's not really anything to lose here anyways.
Yeah, as you might expect, level 5 is going to be the most difficult one. It is entirely feasible that there's enough enemies in your way that they can take you down. And I don't have any more extra lives. Not yet, anyways. Let's see. It's this way. I have a difficult time remembering where the blue door is in this level. Have to think about it. Something that'll help a little bit. I've got a invincibility thing in here, which will get me through a lot of the level. Yeah, do be sure to take out these bad guys between here and there. The reactor is worth 5,000 points when destroyed, so I need to be at 45,000 if I'm going to get an extra life off of the reactor. Is this the right way? This is the right way. There are a lot of things between here and there that can do some damage to you. Trying to keep those shields up.
Yeah, I'd always move. Like, standing still is pretty much the recipe to die in this game, because all of the enemies will fire at where you are and not at where you're going. So just moving, strafing, being in different positions just helps a lot of not getting hit in this game.
Alright, I think we're in good shape here. 46,000 score. So as I fight this reactor, I'm going to get an extra life right as it gets destroyed. Which means I can just self-destruct to make it to the next level. And that's the goal for Descent.
GG. Nicely done.
Oh, this game's loud.
Oh yeah, next game coming up is probably a game not many people have seen or heard of.
It's almost certainly the most difficult game in the list.
Yeah, it's fairly bizarre in a lot of ways. Like, it starts you off on this. I mean, it looks very familiar in that, like, this looks like Mario World, right? And there's a lot of cute characters, like these little things, but like everything in this game is really treacherous. The controls are fairly good for a DOS game. With this character, you get a double jump. You can also dash by double tapping in a direction. Once you jump, you cannot change direction unless you use the double jump. Then you get another like turn, and like you can turn around yourself. It comes down to timing essentially, and you can use it to save yourself.
Yeah,
but it's a Korean DOS game, and there are quite a few, because for some reason there was a pretty decent Korean DOS scene. And I don't know why or what, but I've been finding like lots of them when I were searching for DOS games to put on a list. I was always finding these like hidden gems of DOS games, and they're really cool ones. So I've been putting them on the list ever since.
Yeah, like of all the games on the list, this is probably the one that I actually most look forward to working with when DosCathlon's over.
Yeah, as you can see, like the movement and tech in this game, this is just prime platformer tech. So there's time to save, and like pretty much it all comes down to execution and how fast you are.
Alright, so we're on 1-3 now, which is, you know, it's just an auto-scroller, so it shouldn't be too bad, right?
Yeah, this is still the first level. This was probably in the blind marathon where pretty much everyone got stuck, at least for a little bit.
Uh-oh. I got hit by the cactus and knocked into a pit. By the way,
game is kind of like... Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's gonna be the name of the game for this level, because it looks okay now, but at some point we're gonna go into the skies. The auto-scroller for this level is extremely long, somewhere around, I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe 6.
Yeah, and this is what makes it so hard, in that there are no checkpoints. If you die, you go back to the very beginning of the stage. The game does give you a lot of lives, and if you continue, I think you also start on the same. So also the one up you just saw there, it respawns, so technically you have unlimited tries on trying this level. But yeah, this level is tough by just how long it is, and knockback is a big factor in this game, in that the knockback is a little bit Castlevania-like. It knocks you back a lot.
Yeah, you get knocked back a lot, and maybe you might be able to use your double jump to save yourself, but you probably won't be able to.
Yeah.
And the way I feel it, right now, I'm playing as the easier character, because, you know, Iris has the double jump. Whoa, I nearly got hit by that guy. Title character likeness does not have the double jump. He's got some sort of wall jump, and I think his dash is faster. So if you want to get good time in the game, then you'd play as the other guy. But I don't know. I'm kind of hesitating to switch from Iris right now.
Yeah, you definitely want that double jump. It just gives you so much more versatility and even safety in this game where it's really needed. But yeah, also, like, of course, if you fall down here, you're dead. And half of this level's difficulty is just not knowing what's ahead, so you will go far in the stage and then die, and then you have to go back to where you were and then make it a little bit faster, a little bit further.
Not only that, but the jump mechanics will throw you off because you have to make some fairly difficult jumps. And when you're used to be able to, if you're used to course correcting, not being able to do that will really throw you off. For example, this upcoming jump, I'm too close to make it. I have to wait for this to go back, then jump. And also, I'm not going too fast here because those flying guys tend to come out of the clouds at the worst time. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit by a surprise guy I didn't see coming.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people that are panic jumpers. Like when I land on a platform and I'm close to the edge, I usually jump, which in a lot of games helps me correct my stance on that platform. In this game, it's certain death. So it took me a lot of tries to get to this level, but I literally tried it.
These platforms crumble and fall, so wait a bit. There's 3 of them, and then there we go. That's 1-3.
Nice.
This is not the hardest auto-scroller in the run.
Yeah, they go ham between like stages that are fairly easy, and then like throwing these bangers at you.
Ow. That's... I think those rocks falling from the sky are random. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine. I'm not used to falling down here. It's a little bit of a surprise for me. Oop! Not this time. There's a whole jumping puzzle toward this part of the stage that you can skip if you just manage to get up this hill. So then you only have to go for this part. 2-1 and 2-3 aren't too bad once you know how to do them. 2-2 though.
Yeah.
2-2 is an insanely difficult auto-scroller. So you're on this train track here. There's birds coming at you. You gotta have a plan for each one that gets in your way. Because if you don't have a plan, you will get knocked off.
Yeah, you definitely want to look up a video for this one if you're practicing. Or you gotta make your own strats, but there's trial and error, and there will be a lot of error in this one.
Lots. Okay, I think I'm okay here. This is an upper path. The upper path is faster than the lower path. One of the things that makes this auto-scroller really difficult is that sometimes your train goes off a ledge, and so you gotta jump as it goes off the ledge, because sometimes the train falls out. Uh-oh. I was commentating and not focusing, because sometimes the train falls off the ledge and then your momentum just stops. So 2-2 is really difficult, needs a lot of practice. Ducking here can get that one up safely.
Yeah, again, you pretty much have unlimited tries in this stage, but it's still...
Whoa. Very nearly lost myself there. Duck there so that when that guy hits you, hopefully when you get knocked back, oh, nope. I was too far back. There are some guys that come at you that are just not very feasible to avoid, particularly when going uphill.
Yeah, this has like turbo tunnel potential almost.
I'm dodging those shop tokens because they make you go to the shop at the end of the stage. But then you just... Oh, I panicked. Alright, I'm gonna go this entire time without commentary. Just focus.
All right, you can do it. But yeah, it's one of those stages where you kind of have to know what's coming. If you get your rhythm down, like some people make like a little bit of a rhyme in their head where it's like hit, jump, hit, jump. Kind of like that.
Oops. I forgot about that guy again.
Yeah, I don't really know why they made these auto scrollers so incredibly hard, especially compared to the other levels. If this had like checkpoints, it wouldn't be as bad because you could just grind your way through it, but like with no checkpoints and going to the beginning.
Forgot about that guy.
It gives you so little time to react to things.
Yeah, this is the hardest level in the run. If we get past this, we should be golden. And it's not very long. It at least has the saving grace that it's shorter than 1-3.
Bird coming up here, nice. Damage boost to this one. Then the next bird's coming up, nice.
I think we're golden.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I just gotta jump over the next bird. There we go.
Nice. GG. Well done. That is really tough.
2-2 is a very tough level. Probably the hardest one in this run. Although I have actually been having a lot of trouble with 2-3 lately. But it shouldn't be too bad if I take it carefully.
Yeah. The difference in these like normal stages is that like all of the stuff, like usually you can like play safer, while in the auto scrollers like you're forced, like it forces your hand.
That's not good. The health.
Ooh.
There's a fire spirit that gets in the way there. The cherry is a little bit of a trap. You have to know to jump over the wisp, or else you might take a hit and then die. All right, 3-1 and 3-2 are interesting levels. 3-1 shouldn't be too bad. You're gonna go up here, and if you take it slow, then it probably won't be too much trouble. Uh-oh. It's alright. I will take it just a bit slower to make sure I keep my health for this.
Yeah, the game actually like has kind of somewhat like RPG mechanic to it, in that you can buy stuff in between levels, even though I never figure out what exactly those items are because it's in Korean. And the last boss actually, and I don't want to say too much, but the last boss will kind of throw you off completely, and that is not what you expect, but I kind of don't want to spoil it for anyone that wants to play the game, so...
Well, that's going to be fun when I get to that. 3-2 is going to be the most difficult level in World 3. And most of that is just because it's fairly long and there's a lot of things in the way that are going to drain your health bar. So if you don't know that they're coming, then it's going to be pretty easy to just lose all your health.
Yeah, at least it's not an auto-scroller.
Yeah, at least there's that.
Ooh, that bounce back was nice.
Yeah, like right now, I'm at 1 hit left and I die. I'm not too concerned about that because I know where the enemies are, and as long as I get past this part, then I'm golden. Yeah, we're good. Crumbling platforms here, and you will need to use a double jump here or a dash jump. Three is another auto scroller, and like 2-2, it's very specific in particular, but it's a lot shorter than 2-2, so there's not as much for you to do there. So, boat, shoot, duck, shoot, jump, shoot, duck, jump, stand, shoot, duck. Oh, I was supposed to shoot that one. That's alright though. This'll go fine. I jumped too late there. Yeah, like with a normal game, like the auto scroller is just, oh, time to chill. With this game, no.
It's like, so you think auto scrolls are boring, huh? Let me show you boring.
Duck for this. There we go. That's 3-3, and that's likeness.
Right.
I do really enjoy this game, but it's quite hard. Alright, let's move on to game number 9. Your Doom clone. That's right, it's Star Wars Dark Forces. Let me go ahead and create a new agent for this. And then let's go. You get to do this on easy difficulty. I have kept the default Doom controls. My computer might complain at some point about my holding Alt and Shift. Key. Give me the key. So yeah, go up there, get your key. I did kill a stormtrooper so I could take his blaster. I don't need to shoot you. On easy difficulty, you should be able to just ignore most of the bad guys unless they're standing directly in your way. Yeah, mission 1 is going to be pretty straightforward. Go under here, get the Death Star plans. Rogue One never happened.
Yeah, this was when Star Wars was still Star Wars. And not a bunch of crap.
Yeah, as long as you have the Death Star plans here, your mission will be accomplished there. So we move on to mission 2. Headlight on, and by default that's F5. I've changed back to default controls. I don't know what the controls are with RGL's scheme anymore, but I'm used to Doom, so this is where I'm at.
Yeah. The controls I gave this was just standard modern FPS control with like WASD and mouse movement.
You do have a jump button and a crouch button. Those are X and C. For this mission, restore power to the base, and then you should be able to hit that switch to put a bridge in the correct position. Hey, you're in my way. Okay, this is actually a lot more damage than usual, and I'm not too bothered by that. I do have 3 lives. And I think you replenish lives in between stages. but I would prefer not to take any deaths. There are checkpoints throughout the stage. Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Come on. There we go. Okay. We're fine now. The aim of this mission is basically to get some sort of dark trooper weapon that happens to be kept in this base, which is right here. Jump out the window. Once you get it, you go back to where the mission started. Not that way. Go this way so that you don't have to deal with that bridge again. There's a way up here. Oh, and if you die, your headlights turn off. Run and jump! Made it.
But yeah, this game it's really fun. It's like this era, like a lot of these games hit the market at point. It's similar to Duke Nukem. It was like all these games that tried to emulate Doom, and a lot of them did it really well, some of them not so well. And they expanded on it with like new texture effects, new lighting effects, and that's where like slowly the FPS genre was born from, that we now know today. This game still has like the usual thing that you see in Doom, that it's slightly auto aims, at least in the vertical plane. Like if you shoot below something, it will hit up.
Yeah, it's also got a map system that will actually overlap with your screen, which can help a little bit. I don't keep it on all the time, but sometimes when I lose my way, I need to know where to go. So this sewer level is kind of infamous and maze-like. I know top level runs use... Whoa, get out of my way. Okay, top level runs use some sort of thermal detonator boost in order to get into the area early without going through all of this puzzle. I don't know that strat yet, so we're going and just doing the puzzle, which is go to the first area, get one switch, second area, get one switch, third area, get two switches.
Yeah, so essentially it incorporates like the grenades, the thermal detonators that you would put under your own feet and then jump at the same time, kinda to give yourself somewhat of a early rocket boost kind of thing, in that you jump very high and you manage to skip certain parts of the level, and they use it a lot on the run.
Oh yeah, and as Chad is pointing out, there are monsters in these sewers. You can actually go a little faster here by jumping. There's probably going to be some bitty popping up here. Not yet. Yeah, right there. There's probably going to be another one right here. Nope. But yeah, you do things right. You should only have to go through that section once. Should be able to go this way, having thrown all the switches. Second path. Now, hold on. Calm down, Kyle. Let's see, can I make this jump? Jump! Oh, I made it, but I fell.
Oh!
I am running low on health here, so I might... Ouch. Oh good, it respawned me on the ledge, that's fine. Yeah, extra lives, pretty useful. Hidden stairway up here, and then this is the guy we're trying to capture. Mission...
Just sitting there.
Yeah, mission 4 is going to be fairly lengthy. There's a fair bit to do here. Notice this side path right here. This is the way you need to go to get into the enemy's base. It's an easy jump to miss, but you have to go this way. Headlight on. Go down here. Yeah, it's strange that the game doesn't have the headlight on by default. Is this the right way? Yes, this is the right way. I have to crouch to go this way. There's going to be a lot of stormtroopers in this base. You can just run past most of them, especially since my lives respawn in between each stage.
just getting a message. Well, not just about 40 minutes ago. We have another winner for our RGLTV merch. Our very own marathon runner, Buffalo Pinball, who did some very cool pinball runs in the marathon, has won some RGLTV merch. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. This stage normally has you going through the base and trying to find a card that tells you what the password is in order to get into this section, but the password's the same every time. Let's see, switch on the right is what moves it clockwise. You need to do it 3 times, and then you'll be able to go to the top path here. Actually, it's possible to thermal detonator boost yourself up, but again, I don't know how to do that yet. So instead, long way, all 3 switches. 1, 2. You only need to throw each switch once in order to be able to get to the next one.
Yeah, and it kind of what this game, so a lot of times it reminds me, is what then eventually led to like Half-Life, in that there's a lot of like similar level design almost. And like the switches and stuff that influence the level.
Did I go too far? No. I could probably just back out of there. I just haven't practiced doing that. Or better yet, thermal detonator. Skip all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, right, switches. I was supposed to throw the switches. There we go. And then this is some sort of key intel. Dang, made it back up. That middle platform goes down without you, or with you, and kind of dumps you into a sewer system, but it's possible to jump back out. So once you have those, whatever your MacGuffin, you need to find a way out of the base. And I know top level runs use a thermal detonator to get back out the front. Again, don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna go out the back way, which is gonna involve going in here, going up this elevator, hitting that switch to open the back door, go back down. Where is it? Here it is. This way. Yeah, a lot of these side passages are pretty well hidden. Let's see. Switch right here. Switch right here. Then it's going to be pretty easy to lose your way here. So let's see, go down here, and then I think to the right is the way I go. This looks correct. Yeah, again, make it back to the beginning of the level. In fact, that seems to be a recurring theme with a lot of these levels. Get back to your ship. This way. And that's gonna be it for Dark Forces. The goal here is first 4 missions.
GG.
Which is gonna bring us to the last game of DosCathlon, a DosCathlon classic, Commander Keen.
Oh yeah. This is Commander Keen 4. It's probably the one that made the biggest difference, or the biggest changes to the previous ones, especially in terms of controls and graphics. The first Keen game actually was a original made by ID Software, who we all know for later making Doom. They made a Super Mario Bros. 3 prototype in DOS, and the programmers, the Karmic brothers, they implemented a new kind of like scrolling system for DOS that would make it possible to scroll up and down just like the console do, because that was something that is really hard to do back in the day. So they made the Super Mario Bros. 3 clone, and they gave that to Nintendo. It actually got all the way to Nintendo in Japan, but Nintendo in Japan said, nope, we rather have a great Mario game with Philips or something. So they ID went on to make their own game, and this eventually became the Keen games. Very interesting bit of trivia in my opinion. How these things go, and of course IDE went on to make a lot of like brilliant things, especially Carmack, like with his incredible skills in terms of programming, helped the computer graphics world to make strides in that field.
Alright, so what is our goal for Commander Keen 4?
Commander Keen 4, the goal is beat the game. And if you have ever played a Keen game, you know that in Keen you do not really have to play all the levels to beat the game. So it's all about knowing what to do.
Yeah, so in particular, we're rescuing these old guys that are part of a council or something like that. Some of the levels have these old guys, and some of them are just levels that we can beat. For example, Crystallis here is one such level where we do rescue someone. There's 8 of them total. So that's one. So some minor speed stuff going on. Keen does run down hills faster. Oh, I should have jumped higher over that. That's alright. Yeah, Keen's a 1 hit point wonder. But yeah, you go down a hill, you'll run faster. And if you go up a hill, you will run slower. But if you're pogoing, then you won't be slowed down going up the hill. So you can jump up hills or pogo up hills to keep your speed there. One more thing is that if you... Uh-oh. I thought I didn't make that jump. So your pogo does make you jump higher, but if you activate your pogo at the same time as you jump, then the resulting jump will be higher than normal. That can allow you to clear some ledges that you would otherwise be unable to make. Jump over here just for safety.
That was actually one of the main tricks or main movement mechanics of the previous games. It would always like use the pogo, like walk into pogo.
Yeah, I went ahead and made a safety save. This is a longer level, and I could very easily die here. Let's see, this way. Ah! Good thing I made that safety save.
Yeah, that's one of the saving graves in this game, that you can just save anywhere, which helps a lot.
Ah! I fell off a ledge that I did not expect to fall off of. I think this is probably one of the hardest levels in the run.
Yeah. As always in Keen, one of the main problems in my opinion is that Keen dies in 1 hit. So sometimes that's really tough, especially when there are a lot of enemies or enemies that are kind of unpredictable are in the stages.
Yeah, that particular stage, it's just there's a lot of mushrooms and it's easy to get hit by one, especially with a mismovement. These pyramid levels are fairly big also. Focusing just a little bit here because there is a cycle in this stage that I would like to make. Yeah, the pyramids are maze-like. You need to know where the switch is that you need to hit. Uh-oh. So far, so good. I think I'm on cycle. I actually don't know how much leeway I have for it. So... should still be... oh. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I'll go ahead and make a safety save up here just in case. But I think I'm still on cycle. So there's a red gem below here that gets you through the level the normal way. But if you get... uh-oh. I went over the edge there. But if you get to this section fast enough, you should be able to look down, and you should be able to see a platform going left. Yeah, right here. This is a secret way through the level, which will save you a little bit of time by not having to get the red gem. Wait for it to turn around. There we go. I'm gonna make a safety save again, just to be sure. The pyramid levels are long. There are other contenders for hard levels in this game.
Yeah, they made the controls on this level, in this game, a lot better than the previous ones. In the previous ones, you always had these staggering animations in that, like, Keen would duck before he jumps, and it takes a little bit, so the jump would be delayed. This game is much more responsive, so it makes it a lot easier to navigate some of these stages.
Now that said, sometimes Keen does still take a while to accelerate. So
yeah. So to get rid of all the nuances.
Yeah. There's a slug right here, and he left an obstacle in my path. Just a little RNG thing. If a slug decides that you're gonna stop, you're gonna stop. And he's decided I'm gonna stop. Safety save. Because these pyramid levels aren't that hard, but they're long, and if you make a mistake, then you will have to start over unless you are saved.
Did you? How did you die just now?
There was a spike. There was a spear trap on the ceiling.
Ah, okay. Kind of looked like you jumped out of the level and it killed you, which would be kind of odd.
That's a particularly difficult screen that you do want to save for. There is a trick that can allow you to exit certain stages early, involving dying, saving while you're dying, and then reloading your save. But it only really works on stages that don't have the scuba suit or the old guys. So you're not going to be using it in this game for most levels. But it does exist. It does save time in one level, but only on normal difficulty, because there's only a bad guy in position to initiate it on normal. Oh! Missed the platform. Game's unforgiving. That's okay. This is a fairly short stage. There's a little bit of overworld pathing that centers around this stage, because the scuba suit is here and you can't do the water stages until you get it. But Miragia tends to appear and disappear on the overworld screen. So you're either going to go to the level first, like as soon as you can, or you're going to save it for last. There's no in between. You either do it first or do it last. Did I make it? No. That cycle's really hard to make. Hey, at least I'm doing better on this stage than I did during Feed the Kids.
Yeah, in this game, in terms of difficulty, you can make it as easy as you want for yourself by just saving over and over. But of course, the more saves you make, the longer it will take through the game. So beating the game is not that much of a difficulty. Beating it fast is difficult.
Yeah, so the Perilous Pit, I think, was intended to be the first level in which you rescue a council member. It's on the easier side for stages. But instead I've left it to last because I didn't have the scuba suit until now. Wait. Once you hit that switch, there's an elevator platform that's on a cycle. That one. And I probably just missed it by bonking there. On the other hand, the bouncy was friendly, so no, I've actually made it.
Nice.
2 stages left, thanks to the scuba suit. Isle of Fire, and then... Alright, Isle of Fire has a couple of ways through it. In my earlier routes, I was going under and getting the yellow gem from the room down below. But it's possible, if you're fast... I wasn't fast enough. To make this jump.
Nice.
Woo, got the slug on the way down. See, go down here slowly. Sometimes that slug is in the way. That's a slightly faster way through the stage. Instead of getting all the gems, you can make certain jumps.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
And then Well of Wishes. This is probably the most infamous level in the game. Because first of all, game change, we're underwater. I'm rapidly tapping control in order to move myself faster. Uh-oh. I was a little slow there, so that thing was later in the cycle and I didn't expect it. Let's try that again. But yeah, you accelerate very slowly in the water. In fact, let's go under just to be safe. Time is going to be when you rescue the council member in this level, and that should be about a minute or 2 out. But this level isn't just infamous because of the change in mechanics. There's also the dope fish, a very giant fish that will try to eat you. And if you don't know about control to swim faster, then he probably will pull it off.
Yeah, it looks so impossible almost if you try it the first time.
I'm gonna safety save here because some of my controls feel unresponsive. So I don't want any accidents, and that's time.
GG, very well done.
So there you go, that's the DosCathlon Showcase, what a potential run of DosCathlon might look like.
Yeah, and you did it in pretty much exactly your estimate. Very well done.
Mm-hmm. A little over, but then Oregon Trail was most unkind.
Oregon Trail, yeah.
and so is Likeness. Likeness went a little rough.
Yeah, but Likeness is just a little bit rough in general. But very good job, and thank you for doing this little showcase. Mm-hmm. And if you thought this game list looks interesting to you, you can still join the DosCathlon. Just join our Discord. There's a channel, DosCathlon. You can download all these games and start playing them immediately. So,
yeah.
GG to you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much for having me. I love this game list. This is fun.
Awesome. Now we will be setting up the next block here, and we'll be right back.